my Hot Topics producers told me that Latoya Jackson got secretly engaged, I was only playing when I said, to who? Her business partner, Jeffrey. They said, yeah, how'd you know? His eyebrows are arched better than mine. Come on now. Come on. I like Latoya Jackson a lot. She waved to me one time at Mr. Chow's in Beverly Hills, and Janet was sitting at the table, if looks could kill. And Janet wanted to, like, cut Latoya's throat. Why are you waving at that bitch? Oh. That's a lingering finger wave. Like the finger wave lasted not just, hey, because we were all the way across the restaurant. It was my husband and I eating with our friend Manny, and I think Keisha Coles might have been with us. I can't even remember. Anyway, we were eating, but the length of the finger wave was not, hey, it was, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Wow. You see? And the hand was extended in the air, and she was nodding her head. I specifically remember it. And Janet was sitting there. Janet had on a baseball hat that was pulled down real low. And she turned around to see who Latoya was waving at. And then, you know, Latoya looked. I saw Latoya's eyes look over at Janet, but Latoya kept at it.
She's afraid to come on the show. Elisa says. Elisa
called? Oh, that was her ringing on the phone? Mm-hmm. No, Elisa. Tell her she's got nothing to fear but fear itself. Yes. Elisa, you've made some phenomenal things happen with this show. It's Elisa Payne booking the show, yes, everyone.
Yes. Booker extraordinaire.
Yes, Booker extraordinaire. Elisa, stranger things have happened. Tell Latoya she can bring her entire entourage in the studio if that's going to make her feel better. And you know I don't like entourages in the studio.
Yeah. Including Janet's daughter.
You remember the problem that Patti LaBelle gave you, Elisa? You made that happen. Please. Would you say include her niece? Janet's daughter. Renee. No, you know what? Please. She's got an album out. Damn, Latoya. I like her, too. Latoya Jackson. Because she's like the loose cannon of the family. Michael Jackson's being sued. There's Lisa calling back from the office. He's got to return... Excuse me, he's being sued for nearly $380,000. Apparently a bill that he was accused of not paying. Well. Our first guest is the middle child of one of the most famous families in the world. But now she's in the middle of some serious competition as one of the latest contestants on the new Celebrity Apprentice. Take a look.
Latoya, what is your name?
Our team name is ASAP.
And does that mean as soon as possible?
No, actually it doesn't.
Because it could.
No, yes, it means actors, singers, authors, and performers with a purpose.
Say it one more time. It's artists.
Artist.
So we want to do it one more
time. The artist.
Right. And professionals, Margaret.
Singers, actors.
Authors.
Authors.
That's okay.
Please welcome the one and only Latoya Jackson.
Something to you guys. What a wonderful audience you have.
Thank you.
Great.
You're the best.
I want to say something, you guys. I love this girl. I think she's absolutely wonderful. Let's give her a hand. Oh. There you go. Well, I love you. I think you're wonderful.
Thank you so
wonderful.
much. And I love you. And I've been trying to get you here since the beginning of this show. My radio career, this is our first time sitting down, but we've run into each other.
We have,
a few times.
Yes.
The last time was at Mr. Chow's in Beverly Hills. Wait, no, the pizza. I went over to buy some pizza for you guys to raise money. That was the last time.
Yes.
But do you remember about maybe 3 years ago in Beverly Hills at Mr. Chow's, and you were having dinner with your sister Janet in the corner and some other people?
Yes.
And when I walked in, you made me feel really good. She stands up and she, Wendy! And I turn around and I said, well, Toya. So I'm like, ooh, I'm in Beverly Hills. I know somebody. I think I saw Janet like give you like a sit down.
I didn't know you saw that.
Oh, you know I saw. I see. That's my job.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You're so right. That's exactly what happened.
Janet's a little more shy than you.
Somewhat, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, somewhat.
Yeah.
Somewhat, yeah.
You look good. I love your hair.
Well, thank you.
And, you know, the whole
you
bit.
do too.
The lashes.
The fishnet.
Thank you, LaToya.
Girls, right?
Say, listen, can I ask what you do with your hair? What is that?
This is my hair. I have, of course, help, as you know.
Yeah, okay.
I have help in my hair.
Yes.
Yes.
How's your mother doing?
My mother's good, thank you. She's doing very well, actually.
Good. And your dad, too, but particularly your mother, because your mother, I know, loves pop culture. How does she feel about you being on The Apprentice?
My mother, she's excited to watch it. She's excited because we watch it together.
Yeah.
When we do watch it, and I'm going to see it with her, as a matter of fact, with my family on Sunday at 9 o'clock, Channel 4, guys.
Yes. So
we're going to see it then.
So now look.
No, she's excited about the show. She didn't know. No one in my family knew I had done the show because we weren't allowed to tell, and I'm one of those, don't, and I did not tell any of them. So she goes, oh my God, how was it? And did they hurt you much? And I go, well, I manage, Mother.
Now, we just saw that new promo.
She can't look at that one scene, as you guys know.
Well, what does ASAP stand for?
Oh, that scene. Oh, no, that's fine. My mother can. She hasn't seen that, but that's fine. Well, it's artists, singers, actors, and professionals with a purpose. And the thing is that I thought of the name for the for our group here, and at the last minute, Star decides to change it. And it's like, oh my God, can I remember this?
And then Lisa Renna cut her eyes at you.
Can I remember it? That's when you really get nervous.
Lisa Renna cut her eyes at you, and I heard, and I saw on a promo, right? You guys, Nene Leakes called you Casper.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, your skin looks flawless.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Now, when Nene was here on our show talking about The Apprentice, she says originally you guys were at loggerheads. She said Star caused it, like kind of created something. But now you and Nene are cool. She said you guys talk on the phone. Are you guys cool?
Yeah, actually, we are. And Nene is absolutely right. It's interesting when you're doing a show like this with such personalities, and a lot of people don't understand it. We're there for a purpose. We're there to raise money for charity, for our charities. And sometimes we lose that. And we forget that's what we're there for. And some of us just go headstrong with doing whatever they choose to do at any task to win.
Yes.
So as a result of that, I felt that I really do and truly feel, although Nene was really on top of me, I felt that she has a really good heart, and she was being led by Star, and she didn't realize it. I saw it from the beginning, but of course, she didn't see it. Star used her as her mouthpiece. Oh. And she didn't know that. And I said, oh, poor child. So I tried to tell her, and she didn't see it, and eventually, as you guys will, it will develop, and she will see it.
Okay, so now how did you get along with Star Jones? Say it like you mean it.
Say it like I mean it? Okay, I'll be quite frank with you. I got along with Star as well as the people on The View got along with her.
Listen, nothing else needs to be said. I get what you're saying. So now, it's perfect. So you've known Donald Trump for years?
I have, yeah.
How did you first, no, you were the one, as the story goes, that introduced Donald to your brother, Michael.
Yes, I did.
Yes.
I did. I think Donald might have forgotten that, though, during the show. Because, no, really. Because, it was years ago, and Michael's having a concert here, actually. It was at the Madison Square Garden. And the lights of the show was just about to start, and they were announcing it. And the lights were going out, and they said, okay, he's ready to enter the stage. And all of a sudden, Donna walks up to me and says, LaToya, my kids would like to meet your brother. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I can't let him meet them now because, you know, the lights are out, he's getting ready to walk on stage. And I was trying to imagine. So I took Donna and the kids, I said, okay, come hurry. And I ran backstage, security let us through in the whole bed, and the guys were, Michael was in the group ready to say prayer.
Yes.
Because they pray before they go on. And I said, Michael, 1 second, stop. I go, 1 second. I said, there's a guy here that wants to meet you. And he says, who is it? I said, it's Donald Trump. He says, who's that?
Yeah.
And
big real estate developer?
And I said, he's a big real estate developer here in New York.
Yeah.
And he says, he is? And I said, yeah. He says, okay, well, tell him to come on. He says, kids are dying to meet you. He says, tell him to come on. So he met him very quickly, very briefly, said hello. And I can't recall if we were in the prayer with him or we left to go back on the stage or not.
Well, listen, you guys, hold that thought. Up next, we're going to talk to LaToya about what it was like growing up in Jackson. I want to find out more about your brother, Michael. Is it a conspiracy theory or what? And talk more about your life, love, and the pursuit of happiness. LaToya Jackson, more. Keep it here. So we're back. During the commercial, me and LaToya were talking. Her glam squad came out and glammed her up. I was telling her she looks fabulous. 53. We can Wikipedia it. She doesn't keep her secret. Fabulous. And I was telling her what I've talked to you guys about here on Hot Topics. Little Kim has morphed into your look. The rapper Little Kim. Yes. And that's you're very beautiful though.
That's so funny. It's so funny because about maybe 4 or 5 years ago, my sister Jan was telling me, Jan said, you know, Little Kim is trying to look identical to you. I go, oh, are you sure? She goes, yeah. She goes, that's the whole little talk in Atlanta and the whole bit. So that was like 4 years ago.
Well, mission accomplished, Kim.
She's adorable. She's adorable.
Yes, and you're adorable. And let me just say something about your adorableness. So when I found out that, you know, on Celebrity Apprentice that, you know, there were certain people that weren't getting along with you at one particular point, I'm like, what devil doesn't get along with LaToya Jackson? LaToya Jackson, because you're like a bunny rabbit to me. You're like, isn't she, you guys? Just like, she couldn't hurt a soul. You don't raise, in my mind.
Yeah.
Although still waters usually run deep.
No, but you're right. It takes a lot, and I still don't, because I've learned to have endurance and be patient with people, and I learned that from my brother, because he always said that, you know, just be yourself and be kind. By nature, you're a great person. Don't let other people incite you, and that's what I didn't allow to happen on this show, although people tried.
Well, you know, in a past life of yours back in the 80s, you were married to that horrible man.
Oh, yeah,
and
absolutely.
You guys, do you remember the word on the street was that it's not that she loved him, it's that you wanted to get away from your father. It was 1989. Tell the story.
Yeah, it was 1989, but it wasn't necessarily true because basically what happened was that I had to go to Japan, and my mother couldn't come, who traveled with me. My father couldn't come, so my father sent him. At that point, he took my passport, everything, and never allowed me to come back to my family. Right away, he just took me away and said, no, you're not going back. And see, at that time, I was extremely religious. We were Jehovah's Witnesses, so I thought everybody was sweet and kind, and when they said something, they meant it. I didn't know that the world was so conniving. Yes, absolutely. And that's what you learn when you grow up Jehovah's Witness. I didn't associate with the world. I was very sheltered, and at the same time, I didn't know what people were really like because I only associated with Jehovah's Witnesses. So that was really a shock to me.
So now you stayed married to him for how long?
I wasn't married by choice. It was a forced marriage.
A forced marriage.
Yes. Too long, let's put it that way. And when I finally got away, that's when I got a divorce immediately.
It was after, because we read in the newspapers, you guys had an apartment here in New York at one point. He was knocking you around, something awful.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You'll hear more about that. Yes, a lot of abuse.
When will we hear about that?
Beating me constantly.
Beating you constantly?
Yeah, constantly. And it's, so this is a whole new world for me. It's like starting over because now I could be me and I could do what I want to do, which is very different for me. I've never had that opportunity, really.
Are you writing a book to talk about this? Because you said you'll be hearing about that.
Well, no, you know, I'm really for women who are being abused and things of that nature. I think it's so important for us to speak out and say something because we've been beaten and hidden a lot of times. And thank you. But it's important for women to know one time is one too many. If he hits you once, I promise you he'll do it again. So please walk away. Please.
During that time, because I could only imagine, I only have one sister, but if I had, a bunch of sisters to choose from, a sister for every occasion, was there a sister that you called during that time?
That's a long story. No, because I wasn't allowed to use the phone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right, well, what about your love life now? Because you're like a bunny rabbit. I think you should be married to a count who's very wealthy, who has a booty full of diamonds and gold for you. Honestly, like you're like a bunny rabbit.
Okay. Okay, no, there's no one in my life.
You're not dating?
There's no one. Do you have someone in mind? No, I'm just...
Wait, hold that thought. Okay.
Guys, I don't look for anybody, but if it happens, it's going to happen, correct? Because I'm not the kind of girl that'll go to a club or something and looking for a guy, or I don't do that.
Wait, hold that thought. Something very extraordinary has just happened. We want LaToya to stay, because I am not finished with my conversation, right, you guys?
Oh.
Are we okay? All right, good. More talk with LaToya after a quick break. Monday. Okay, so we're still having a whole lot of fun with LaToya Jackson. We miss Michael so much.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much. You know, in your heart, LaToya, what do you really think happened to your brother?
Well, it's very interesting because I said this from the beginning that, and I truly believe this, and of course it came out to be true. My brother was murdered. He was actually murdered. And I don't care what anyone says. They say that, you know, when this first happened, I said, no, he was murdered, and Dr. Murray was simply the fall guy. He was the utensil that they used to put up front to cover up what someone else was doing. And I still stand by that, and they say it was a homicide. Well, what is a homicide? If you look it up, it's murder. That's exactly what he was intentionally murdered, guys. And I want everyone to know that. And it's really sad that people actually do that and try to get away with it, or believe or think they're going to get away with it. I just wish for justice to be served.
Why do you think he was murdered?
I think he was murdered for many reasons, actually. And the main reason is because he told me. He told me that they were going to murder him. But I don't really wish to get into it right now. Okay. And that's why when he passed, I said, who did this? I'm going to find out who did this. Yeah. Because my mind went right there immediately.
Can I ask you this? How long before he was murdered, did he tell you that he's scared for his life, that they're trying to murder him?
He told me probably 3 years prior. I'm bad with years, but I can tell you during the time, it was during a time that we were all at Neverland and we were going to court.
So in other words, he was living for years thinking that somebody's trying to murder him.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, LaToya, for being open and honest. And you know what? It's been a pleasure actually sitting down and having a conversation with you. Please continue to come back and do well. And Celebrity Apprentice premieres this Sunday. So far, so good, right? I love Fridays. Billy was so funny, but get ready, because our next guest is not only a pop culture icon, but she's also a member of one of the most famous families in the world. And now she's trying her hand at acting in an upcoming episode of 90210. Let's take a look together.
When I heard you were working with Adriana, I gotta say, I had my reservations. And now that she's flaked on our first meeting, I think she's proven me right.
What are you talking about?
Adriana has a certain reputation in this business, and it's not a good one.
Please welcome the always fabulous LaToya Jackson. For a show. Look at her star-spangled outfit. You look fabulous as usual. usual.
Look who's talking pretty in pink.
Thank you, LaToya.
Love it, love it.
Thank you.
You look great.
So, you as an actress, what role was that on 90210?
That was Marilyn Cooper. And Marilyn Cooper is a high executive, and she puts her foot down. She's a music executive, and she's very keen on signing Tristan, who plays Dixon, actually, on the show.
Right.
He's musically involved, very talented young kid. So she's trying to decide whether she wants to sign him or not.
Gotcha. And well, I'm glad that you broke it into acting. Is this something that you've always wanted to do?
You know what? It's something that I've been always offered little acting roles here and there, and I've done like The Fall Guy years ago and things like that, and Counter-Strike things in Europe, but I've dabbled in it, but now I've been getting so many offers. I'm very serious about it now. I like it. That was so much fun. I love it.
We here at the show, we follow you on Twitter, and you've been tweeting a lot about Whitney.
Yes, you're right. I have. I certainly have.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's just a tragedy. Isn't it so sad, guys? We've lost an incredible singer. I mean, this girl, her voice was like an instrument, wasn't it? It moved you, and you felt so just that good energy when you would hear her sing. And to know that she's no longer with us is just so sad, and I'm so hurt by it. As she said, I would tweet all the time and tell people to pray for Bobby Christina because she has no one really, which is really sad. This girl was so close to her mother, and now she's out there all alone. So I think it's important for us to send love and light to her and guide her in the proper direction because we don't want her to go off on the wrong track, like a lot of other people are doing, actually.
The verdict for Conrad Murray came in, and he's in jail for 4 years. How are you feeling about the verdict?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I think the verdict was right. I wish, and I don't mean this in a rude or mean way, but I wish, you know, Michael, we can't bring him back. And I wish that he could spend more time. And I know that he's appealing this. And it's supposed to be tomorrow. I believe they're having a little sentence tomorrow. Unfortunately, I won't be able to be there, but I would have loved to have been there because I think he's where he belongs. You don't do things like this. This is something that...
You think that he needs more time in jail?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So now, Michael's kids, I know Paris was on Ellen, and we see the kids all the time looking like doing, you know, normal kids doing what kids do. How are they doing?
They're doing great. Kids are so resilient. They're wonderful. They're great kids, and they're enjoying life. They're doing everything that, I shouldn't say everything, but they're doing a lot of things that their dad kept them really private, and I understood that.
Yeah. Well, you know, if Michael was alive, would he want them to be so out here at this particular point?
They were out there when they were with Michael, but they weren't out there with him personally. When he would have them with him, he would mask them because he didn't want people to know who they were.
Yes.
But when they were with other people, they were normal.
Yes.
And that's what you guys didn't know because people didn't know who they were. Yeah.
We didn't know that there was something going around about doing a possible reality show. Somewhere in your family involving the kids.
No, I haven't heard that at all.
Okay.
No, absolutely not. And that wouldn't happen, actually.
Good.
No, that would not happen.
So LaToya, do you know that your father is selling Jackson perfume at a kiosk in a Vegas mall for $70?
Well, first of all, let's say this. My father this is a cologne line that he has on, and I am so upset with you, by the way.
Why?
Because I heard your show, what you said about my father. Guys, my father he'll be 84 years old.
No!
He'll be 84 years old.
Have you smelled it?
Oh, yes. I smelled it. I like the unisex, actually. My father
don't be mad at me. Listen. You know Vegas, and... Oh, stop it.
I am.
No, they're trying to start something.
No.
Look, you know in Vegas,
because you said, Joe, you have to remember something. Would you guys have... let me get this straight right now. We wouldn't have a Michael if there wasn't for Joseph Jackson.
Oh.
He gave Michael to us. He gave him to us, and this is wonderful. So when you said, Joe Jackson, this is Michael Jackson. How could you do this? That's his father. That's his son.
But to sell it in a kiosk in Vegas, let me just tell you the setup. And don't be mad at me. All I'm saying is that I'm in Jersey minding my own business.
Yeah.
And then we got word that in the famous, there's called a famous fashion mall or something in Vegas.
Yes.
There's a kiosk set up in the middle. Have you seen the kiosk?
No, I haven't.
Okay, well, look,
No,
there it is. There's the kiosk.
Okay,
and your dad sits there on a folding chair. chair all day, and I'm just feeling like if it is a Jackson thing, then you would just think that it would be bigger.
He did have a big opening, and I guess the next day he decided to go out and sit there. After all, come on, he's 84 years old.
I get it. But look, my dad is 81 too, and
But
Daddy.
you know what? Let me say this to you. If your dad, because I saw your lovely mom and dad on the show, they're so cute.
My dad's 81.
And you
I
adore
understand.
them. And so if your dad wanted to do a clone, he was doing one anyway, and then he named it Legend after you. If you had, God forbid, passed, you know, you would say, Dad, that's okay. I don't mind. Michael wouldn't have minded at all. He really would.
Daddy, I would mind.
No, she wouldn't.
Yes, I
Daddy,
would.
Daddy.
I call him Daddy. I call him Daddy.
Daddy.
Okay.
She wouldn't mind, Daddy.
No,
she would say, go for it.
Are you married? Did you
No,
get
no,
married?
I'm not married. No.
Okay.
I feel you can wear rings wherever you want.
Wherever you want, okay.
Wherever you want.
Let's talk about Janet, because there's a rumor that you call Janet Jan?
Jan, yes.
Jan. So there's a rumor that Janet might be the new judge on X Factor. Has she talked to you about it?
No, there are lots of rumors, as you know. They said I was going to be. They said so many people. So I don't know what's going on, to be honest with you. I think that anybody in the Jackson family could make a good judge on the X Factor. I really believe that, because the family knows this business, knows the music. Yeah, because you said, oh, LaToya would make a great judge, but LaToya doesn't know music. Now, what makes you think LaToya
I know that you know music.
Yeah.
I just said that you weren't able to maybe hit the notes that a lot of people... But you could give us all this, and that's entertaining.
And I definitely would. What you don't know is that in '84, see, I'm catching her. In 1984, I wrote a song that was nominated for a Grammy.
Oh.
For Jimmy Cliff, Reggae Nights. Have you heard the Reggae Nights?
No.
Yeah, it was the biggest song. No, really, it really was. All over in Europe, actually. Reggae Nights. And then in '85, I won for a cliffhanger. His album. I won a Grammy.
Who knew? Up next, LaToya is going to discuss some of the things in her new book, like about how she was used to smuggle drugs and jewelry for the mob. It's really interesting. Keep it here. LaToya Jackson, and you know, Simon, if you're watching this, honestly, and I told you this before on Hot Topics, and now that she's here, observer, this needs to be your next judge on X Factor.
I agree.
And I'm going to tell you, because I didn't get a chance to tell you why I think you and not Janet in the last segment, but I've talked to you guys about this. I think that Janet and you are both good judges of music. Your whole family's a musical family, but Janet's personality is too settled, and we need a little cuckoo in the best way, along with our judge. Along with our judge. Would you like that job?
Like that.
Would you like that job?
No, of course, I'd love it. Are you kidding? That's a fun job. It's just because you're looking at all this wonderful talent and you're grading it. It's great.
Here she is, Simon. Okay, Celebrity Apprentice. You were on. The new season has already started. What do you think?
Well, Wendy, just like you, I have my notes. I have my notes for Celebrity Apprentice. No, in all fairness, because we watch it every season, of course.
Yeah.
I think the season that we were on was the best, that I was on, was the absolute best.
Yes.
I really do. I really do. Yeah. And I watched it Sunday, which you did as well, didn't you?
Yes.
What did you think of it?
I thought that it was right for Cheryl Teagues to go home. She came here on Monday, and every Monday, you know, on the show, we're going to have the person who's canceled from Sunday night.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be able to follow it.
Follow it, yes, of course.
There are a lot of people on there. I don't even know who they are. I was telling Donald, 18 celebrities is way too many, and I hope that we...
Lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And in all fairness, Cheryl Teagues, she reminds me of Nikki. They're both sweet women, but they don't have that aggressiveness, that tenacity that people have in the business. However, I will say that you don't have to be mean either to be in the business.
Well, you can be cunning. Just not mean, but cunning.
Right,
okay,
let's... But I just want to say this. This is what he needed to do for this show, honestly. You know, the Teresa from the...
Housewives of Jersey?
Jersey, yes. What he should have done was he should have also put Danielle Staubs on the show so they can battle it out the entire time. Am I right?
And she's smart.
That's right. That's what he should have done. Danielle should have been right there. They should have just knocked heads and gone at it the entire time.
Perfect. Isn't LaToya entertaining? All right, so LaToya has recently written a book, and her book is called Starting Over, about your life. Yes. And in one of the passages in the book, she talks about how she smuggled drugs and jewelry unwittingly for the mob. Talk about it, Bunny Rabbit.
It was Bunny Rabbit.
You're like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
It was basically, I was my manager / husband, all that's in the book, actually.
Do you remember that man, Jack Gordon?
Yes.
Rest in peace.
Well, it was a very, very turbulent relationship, very abusive, where he completely controlled me, because when I got with him, I was strictly Jehovah's Witness. I didn't know anything about the world, you guys. I thought everybody was just like Jehovah's Witnesses, because we were told to associate with Jehovah's Witnesses, be kind and tell the truth. That wasn't the case.
That wasn't the case. We would see pictures here in New York, because you guys had an apartment here, and we would see black and blue pictures of you a lot, honey bun.
I would have black eyes from him beating me, and
he beat the stew out of her. It was bad.
It was, you know, New York is beautiful, and you have big views, and I would have to sit in the closet for like 5 or 6 hours, and I couldn't open the door, I couldn't go out, and even sit at the window but not look out the window, and I did it.
He took her
and I look today and say, how could I have done that?
And you let him take your passport unwittingly because you were a little naive.
Well, he took it, and he wouldn't give it back to me. I went to Japan, and from that point on, my mother couldn't go, my father couldn't go, so they sent him. He took my passport, and that was it. He said,
no
"You're not
friends,
going back."
no cell phone, no nothing.
Friends,
I mean, like, she was really in a box. Okay, so let's talk about this drug smuggler.
I didn't even know how to work a cell phone, because I wasn't privy to any of that. Not even a computer. I had to learn all these things over again.
So you allege in the book that Jack Gordon, your ex-husband, was all mobbed up, as they say over in Staten Island, at the mob was, all mobbed up, and they were using you to smuggle jewelry and drugs from place to place, and you had no idea. Tell.
I didn't have any idea. What he did was, he was very close to the mob. And we spent a lot of time on Mulberry Street.
The Gaudis?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, the Genovese family.
The Genovese.
Genovese family.
Okay.
But Gotti was, they all had the stores right there in Mulberry Street.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, I would go over to Europe, and I would wonder sometimes why I'm in certain places all this time, and I'm not working for like a week or 2 weeks or so. And all of a sudden, all of these big Italian guys would come to go back home with me. I go, why are they coming with me to go back home? Well, during that time, it was before 9/11. And you didn't have all the security that you have at the airport. So I never did go through any type of security. I would go straight from the tarmac and get on the plane.
Yes.
That's how I travel, and they never checked or anything. So
how'd you find out?
I guess he was telling them, this is how she travels. This is a great opportunity for them to do what they were doing.
How did you find out that you were muling stuff?
I found out after I had left him. I had broken away, and I had probably about maybe 5 meetings with probably at the most maybe 20 FBI agents.
Oh.
And they would put me in a private room, a private place, a private hotel, and they would drill me constantly. Then they say, okay, we want another meeting. We need for you to fly to New York. We're having a meeting here.
What a life.
And all these different FBI agents were telling me, do you remember this date? This is what they were doing.
And it's all spelled out in your new book. What's the book called again?
It's called Starting Over. It'll be out May 29th.
It'll be out May. It's out now.
The soft cover is coming out May 29th.
Okay. May 29th for the soft cover. Thank you so much for being here again. This is LaToya Jackson. Simon, think about it. Make sure you tune in to the CW on March 13th to see LaToya on 90210. Up next, last minute fabulous ideas for your Oscar party. Keep it here. Please welcome back the fabulous LaToya Jackson. Rearranging furniture, just like on your show.
I know. I love your audience, by the way.
Thank you.
You guys are so colorful. I love this.
Yes. These are your people.
Beautiful women. You're also gorgeous.
Hold your feet. We want to give you a little shoe cam. Just keep it just like that. Yes. LaToya, all right, so we know that you were just here a few weeks ago, but she was here to talk about Celebrity Apprentice. Today, we have the rest of the conversation. Okay. So, Omarosa said that she's suing you. She called you LaToya for defamation of character. What's the latest? Because I was telling you through the TV, just, write the letter, apologize, and end this mess.
The latest, there was a letter sent. And it was sent to my people, but it was not a lawsuit, it was a letter. And that's what it was. But she went on saying that it was a lawsuit, which it was never a lawsuit. Yes. And so I'm sitting back just watching this unravel.
So that was much to do about nothing.
Yes, much to do about, like you said. And I just, you know, I'm one of these people that I like to live my life in a positive, I surround myself with positive people, and I want to stay there. And I don't like getting involved in just the nonsense of the negativity that surrounds certain people.
Yes.
I just refuse to be a part of that.
Yes. And we see that you like to live your life on the happy side.
Yes.
Congratulations on your reality show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
I've
you.
watched.
Thank you.
Why did you decide to do reality TV?
I wrote a book, Starting Over, as you know, and in the book I go through the process of telling the women and everybody how abuse is and how you can free yourself in the whole bit, and I thought I would never escape it or get away. And I was able to do that. And the women would come up to me in the streets and they would ask tons of questions. How did you manage to get away from this? Because what they do...
It was a long time, though. I mean, you were trapped in that. This is the marriage she was trapped in. He's since passed on.
Yeah.
Jack was his name.
Yes.
Now, you were married to Jack for how long?
Too long.
Oh, too long.
No, really, too long.
But here's the thing. He was physically abusing you.
Yes.
I've seen pictures of you with black eyes before.
Yes. Locking me in closets, verbally abusing me, making me do things totally against my will that I would never do.
Can I just ask you something?
Sure, of course.
Because I only have one brother, but if I had 120 brothers like you, there would be at least 3 of them that would get together and come rescue me and serve beatdowns.
Everybody says that, and I understand you.
Why? What happened? Tito looks like he could do something.
Tito tried one time. There were threats. Whenever my brothers would try to come and capture me, there was another beating, another beating. Yeah. There was another beating, and what they did was he instilled fear in you, and he controls you mentally and your self-esteem and your self-worth. And I know a lot of women have gone through this and probably are still going through this, and you just don't. They take away everything from you, meaning your being. And I want women to know that you don't have to live like this. When someone hits you one time, ladies, that's one time too many. You must get away. You must get away.
And by the way, on the reality show, I enjoy your relationship with Paris Hilton's mom, Kathy Hilton, your best friend. I enjoyed seeing your mom, Catherine, in a happy space, because we never see Mrs. Jackson talking and kind of being happy. It's always about doom and gloom.
Yeah.
She's happy. She likes candy. I like candy. You like candy. Candy.
Yes.
And, okay, so we saw Michael's kids were in one of the episodes, Paris and Prince.
Yes.
They were in the second episode. Are they going to be appearing regularly?
No, everybody thinks that they're part of the show. No, absolutely not. And this is something that I wanted hands off. I didn't want them to be a part of the show whatsoever. They were in Indiana when I was in Indiana, and we were at the baseball field, and I run by and say hello to them and keep going.
Yes. Oh, by the way, is Blanket's real name Blanket? Do you call him Blanket, or his name like Jerome?
No.
I'm just asking. Everybody's got nicknames. Is Blanket his real birth certificate name?
We call Blanket Blanket, but his name is Michael Jackson.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I forgot. That laugh is everything. His name is Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you think Michael would feel? Because, you know, he shielded the kids with the scarves and blankets and stuff when they were younger.
Yes.
And now you've got your nephew on Extra, and your niece is gorgeous. And Blanket is coming into his own.
Yes.
We see
you have
that.
to remember that they know what their father wanted for them. They knew, Prince knew that Michael wanted him to be a director. Prince wanted to be a director. They were taking classes being directors, and he wanted him to do a certain thing at a certain age. He's of that age, and he wants to follow through what his father wanted him to do, not to mention that he loves it as well. But you have to remember, you're dealing with a kid that's 16 years old, that has a girlfriend, that drives a car. You can't keep a mask on a guy that age.
We didn't know that. Thanks for the tidbit. Now listen. Toya, I have to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
And it's based on your friend Kathy Hilton, because I've been watching the show. Kathy asked you if you were a virgin. You got emotional and ran out of the room. Are you a virgin?
Wendy.
At 56?
Wendy, I love Wendy so much, but guess what? I don't kiss and tell. You're gonna have to wait and watch the show.
Okay, can I give you my perspective?
Yes.
I want to give my perspective. Wait, I want to give my perspective before we go into a break. This is what I'm thinking, because you got very emotional and then you left the room with your best friend, Kathy Hilton.
Yes.
In my mind, I'm thinking, okay, she's not a virgin, but she was sexually violated many times by your ex-husband, Jack.
My ex.
And you said you've never been in love.
I've never been in love, no, never. I've never been in love. But, you know, there's love out there. Perhaps I will find it.
Your brother Jermaine, we talked about this in Hot Topics. He legally changed his name, his last name. Instead of Jackson, the way you all spell it, he went to be different and put a U in there. Jacksun.
Wendy, I don't know why.
What is going on?
I don't know why. I don't know why. You gotta ask Jermaine that. I don't know why he changed his name. I mean, it sounds the same, doesn't it?
Yes.
I don't know what the reason for.
Is he trying to alienate himself from the family, thinking we won't know? Anyway, okay, it's time to get to know LaToya a little bit better. We're gonna do our special installment of Fave 5, the Jackson edition. Hit it. All right. That's right. Okay. LaToya, what is your favorite Michael Jackson video?
Say.
Say. With Paul McCartney.
Yeah, you know why?
Why?
Because Say has a little history behind it. It's a video that Michael and I did together, and I had those memories with it with Paul McCartney. And we did it out at the time, it wasn't called Neverland. And Paul was staying there, and it was like a little shack and with a lot of land. And Michael says, I'm going to buy this property. I said, no, you're not. I said, why would you want this junk? He goes, you'll see, I'm going to buy it and fix it up. He bought it, he fixed it up, he called it Neverland, and that's where he ended up being.
Thank you for the story.
Yeah.
Who knew? Okay. Your favorite Jackson pet?
Bubbles.
Aw. Is Bubbles still in the family, or did you send him to a reserve?
No, Bubbles is in Miami. Yes.
Who's he living with?
I just went to visit him. He's at a little zoo in Miami that's very private. Because when they get older, you can't have them anymore because their power is so strong.
They're strong. Now, when people visit the zoo, do they know that it's Bubbles Jackson?
Yes, they do know. It's very private. It's a private place that he's at. Yes, they do.
Thank you for that. She's full of hot topics, right? Yeah. All right. Your favorite TV show to watch with your mother, Catherine?
That would definitely be Dancing with the Stars. Yes.
Okay, you can't say ABC because that's top of mind, but your favorite Jackson 5 song?
Okay, can't say ABC. It'll be I Want You Back because the very first.
And
then Never Can Say Goodbye because I would get so sad when the brothers would leave and go on tour.
Yes.
And then also that song was written by Clifton Davis. Do you guys remember him?
Yes.
Yes, he wrote that.
The actor.
Yes.
Oh, how very nice.
I know.
LaToya, thank you so much for coming by.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me.
I wish you well in finding love, and I wish you well in life. This is LaToya Jackson, everybody. Check out Life with LaToya, Saturday nights at 10:30 on OWN.